Yo guys, today we'll talk a little bit about my add-on. This is Dev, I guess vlog, Dev Showcase part number 2, I guess. This is still in very early beta, and as you can see, I already have some stuff or tested it. What we first gotta do is reset data. You don't need to do this, but reset data essentially resets all the data, so I can test a fresh new add-on because I have already done some stuff. So what we gotta do is, let's do this help, and this will show all the commands. So we can do search, and I will showcase a little bit how you use the add-on. Everyone can use it however he wants, but this will give you a small guide on how you can do the basics. And it's not finished by any means, but some features are already there. So what we can do is search, and then we need to specify module types, search event. So these are all the event types. There's a lot of them. Now we can narrow it down by doing type before. This is only before events, and then we can also add, if you want, you can also add a search string. So search, for example, item. Let's do item, because that's easy to do. Item use before. This event fires when an item is successfully used by a player. So we will use item use before. You can first enable the module, enable item use before. I know it's a lot of typing and not recommended for console play. Or you can, but get a keyboard, please. Don't use it without a keyboard. Now, after we have enabled it, we can do module, and methods, sorry guys. Methods, item use before, and as you can see, it has cancel item save source, and after has only these two. But the problem is, if you want to get more information, it's better to get the information from the after event, because the before event is kind of broken if you get information from them. So we do after source, for example, and then you see all the methods source has. It's a lot of stuff. But you can see, for example, it's climbing, it's falling and stuff. It's up, level name. So what we will use today is just the name property and the function. Let's see, the kill function. So this is function, we will get it. So now what we can do is code item use before, and now specify a subcommand add, remove, set or show. What we will do is show. As you can see, no code is available. So we add a line if add source dot name, and then let's do my name. If source name is this, then we add the line of code. Then we can add is, for example, scoreboard players at s use 1. And also what we can do is the kill method. So you add source dot kill, and we add an end if. So let's go step by step the code, what it does. Kinda, it's pretty self-explanatory. If the source name at source property equals gmajit YouTube, we do scoreboard players at s, and I will show you later why it works, because at s executes, or at least tries to execute, as the player who is using the event. But this doesn't work for all events. I will show you how you can tackle this later. And then we have source.kill and endif. So now let's go game mode, survival, and then let's use an item. As you can see, I used my item and it killed me and I did 1 score. So what we can do is, for example, remove number 3. So this will remove, and now if I use an item, it adds a score. It doesn't actually kill me because I removed the line. So what we can do is now TP to me, because we can test the thingy. So now if I use the item, I'm using it, as you can see. It doesn't add the score for Girly Boo. But if we remove, let's remove number 1 and now number 2. And now we use, as you can see, Girly Boo gets the score because we removed the if condition. So yeah, that's basically how if works on my own and stuff. And as I talked about, or what I talked about like a minute ago, you can use the source here in the bottom, source command of for example item used before, and then we can do show. It says source of item used before is source. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, but it's source. What we can do is set no method named undefined because we didn't do anything. Found use at source module available, so we can do available. Okay, but now we gotta be careful. Be careful when choosing a source. Most sources may not work as expected and could break the add-on. So try choosing the actual player entity. World is in default. Okay, so if you do world, then that S won't actually work. But as you can see, we have all these options. The add-on tries to choose the best source automatically, but sometimes the add-on is gonna fail choosing, or there is actually no source. Then it will either choose world or an entity or whatever. So you gotta be a little bit careful with that. But most of the times the add-on is gonna be correct, or my code is gonna be correct. So another command, for example, a scoreboard. So scoreboard interval is also for scoreboard thingies. I will show those later. Disable is a module we can do. Disable item used before, and so I'm not even in game mode. You can see it doesn't add the score. So now if we enable it, and doesn't actually do anything anymore. That's pretty nice. I don't know why. Doesn't really matter. But you saw it. No, it doesn't actually want to add score to me. I think I know why. It's the process of disabling and then again enabling an add-on which is currently bugged. I will fix this later. I will just reload and it should work again. This is a bug I found in the showcase. So what we can do for the last thing is, don't think there's anything more we can showcase, I guess. So this should be all. One thing I gotta say though is, as you can see, item use, or one thing I can show you, but as you can see, the code of item use before, and the code is currently only 1 line. Most people are gonna use the add-on like this. So for example, tag at s at block name or whatever, or scoreboard players at This is also alright. You can use the add-on however you want. You can also go a little bit more complicated, like how I did. It's no problem. So what we can do now is the last thing we're gonna use for today is item used before. Add zero. No, zero won't work, I think. Yeah, okay, let's just do set all. Then we do the if, and then let's do if add source name. I want to show you one thing, and then it's done. Okay, so if source name that, and we do scoreboard players add as use one, and then we do end it. Okay, so now as you can see, it adds one score. One thing I want to adds one kill, or adds source dot kill. This actually won't work because I'm on creative mode, but you can see now if we do show and then compiled, you're gonna see the JavaScript code, or how the add-on compiled this code. Should be pretty self-explanatory how it compiled the code, but you can see what it has done. Data source name equals gmajid. System.run, because we are in the before event, so it will do system.run. This I will later see how I can manage a little bit better. And then also data.source.run command async. This is going to be the default for most things, the data.source.run command async. And yeah, that's it with the add-on for now. As you can see, most of the stuff isn't, or I guess we already have a lot for the add-on, but I need stuff for function calling. For example, apply impulse has some complicated, I guess you could say complicated arguments you gotta pass, or other functions. So I will need to see how I do that function calling. And one thing I will add is in the code, you can, for example, do if at source dot score or whatever score, then you do a score name, and then like is bigger than or whatever. It will check if a score is like bigger than a number you specify. So score checking is going to be one strong part of the add-on most people are going to use, probably. And yeah, that's it with the add-on for now. I'm still updating it. It has a lot of features and a lot of random stuff, I guess, a lot of stuff. So it will take a while to get all done. And this video has been quite long, but yeah, I hope you still liked it and wish me the best of luck. I will make this public for free, open source. Yeah, goodbye.